Of course, you see the snow on the ground out there. While it may be snowy outside, scientists around the world are concerned about extreme heat. In fact, today was officially announced that 2024 was the hottest year ever recorded. Our environmental reporter Avery Martinez is here to explain how that decision was made.
Right. Well, it's not just an arbitrary decision. It was actually declared by the Copernicus Service, which is a European organization monitoring climate data and records across the globe. And their records, go back over 100 years to 1850. And this was the warmest temperature that they've seen up to this time.
And Avery, we know this can be a politically charged topic.
Right.
So these scientists, they talk about climate change, but not politically.
Yes, and I do want to make clear that they're describing a documented, trackable increase in overall temperatures across the Earth. This is about seeing the higher physical temperatures and the changes to the actual physical environment from those warmer temperatures. They say it's a mix of natural and human impacts, and even the snow is part of that warming trend.
When it's extremely cold, can bring in questions about warming and climate change. But in reality, this is something we kind of predict or we expect with climate change.
He pointed to the 1970s when storms like this were common, but now seem unusual. For the scientists, it's a growing concern.
And unfortunately, our headlines sadly remind us extreme weather events such as storms, flood, heat waves, or wildfires are frequent. And these can be really disastrous for the populations affected.
Copernicus gathers data globally, and the 2024 report
show that at global level last year was the hottest year on record, going back to 1850.
A key finding, humans are a primary cause of heat.
This is important to know that, to monitor that, since greenhouse gases emissions remain the main agent of climate change.
Alongside natural events like El Nino winds affecting temperatures worldwide.
Indeed, the news is not encouraging, and the urgency of climate action has never been more important.
Researchers hope the data will help plan for major disasters.
These are not our personal opinions, nor are the calculation of complex models. They are basically evidence based on observations. They tell us unequivocally that climate keeps warming.
And St. Louis is seeing changes. 2024 was the second hottest year ever recorded, according to the National Weather Service. The highest temperature was 103, lowest, -7. While that may seem normal, Smith says it's in line with climate predictions. Last year, dry conditions were common in Missouri, followed by dumping rain and heavy flooding, and drought could become normal.
Interspersed with long periods of no rain whatsoever. And that means more flooding because when that much rain falls down, it just kind of runs off the land.
And the soil can't soak up that much water.
Even though you get the rain, the plants actually can't get it at their roots where they need it.
Be it crops or your lawn. Smith's research and findings can be shocking, even to him.
I pushed back from my desk and honestly, it was horror to see how fast climate change was happening into the future. And it really came home, and I wondered, like, do I, in a sense, want to live here in the future, given the climate?
His findings warn that by 2100, the climate of St. Louis could be similar to East Texas, and plants need years to adapt. That historically wasn't a problem, but
to keep up with the climate that they like, they need to be able to move several miles a year, and that's just not happening.
Well, that Copernicus report goes into much more detail about the causes of the increased heat in 2024, and you can find that on the First Alert 4 website.
I know you spend a lot of time on this story talking with those MoBot officials. Botanical Garden, they say that they will continue to work on plant research tied to changing temperatures. We appreciate the update on this story, Avery. Thank you. We do want to take you out to the West Coast now. The smoke from wildfires out